In this episode of Alaska State Troopers.
24 is advising shots being fired.
When shots are fired, the troopers don't back down.
Stop right there.
Let me see your hands. Put your hands in the air.
Alaska's brutal winter weather helps the troopers catch a group of thieves.
I think we just spoiled somebody breaking into something. You got somebody? They're exactly the same. So you want to start again? Because you are getting on my bad side.
And serving a warrant is trickier than advertised.
I just found out there's like an escape hatch that goes up in the attic in that room.
But wanted criminals can only hide for so long from Alaska's finest. Whether it's in town,
You're not talking to the police right now. You're talking to the state troopers now.
or on the trail. After a snowy winter day in the Matsu Valley, nighttime brings clear skies and freezing temperatures to the city streets. Located in south central Alaska, the Matsu Valley is home to 80,000 residents. And rookie trooper Lance Ewers knows when they act up, it's often at night.
It's the swing shift. We've had a number of burglaries lately in the valley. A lot of it, I think, is drug related. I've caught burglars who were addicted to heroin here in the valley. You know, they're hard up for money because they want the drug, because it's so addicting, and they'll just go into, they'll steal their parents' stuff. They'll steal, from their friends, or they'll steal from complete strangers, which of course is ideal.
It's 1 a.m. and Ewers spots a suspicious car.
The lights are on in this vehicle. That's freaking bizarre. What's that about? You know what I think? I think we just spoiled somebody breaking into something. Let's go check these footprints out. Let's go down there.
The footprints lead into the snow-covered woods.
They ran down this way and out, but what's going on?
Hundreds of square miles of wilderness surround the valley's towns and cities. So Ewers calls for backup to scour the area.
Mac, I'm on B44. If I get another unit to respond to my 20, I had a guy take off on foot on me.
There are more tracks around other vehicles as well.
Fresh, too. Look at that. Yeah, I think we had some people trying to break into all these cars, you know what I mean? Yeah, no doubt. I'm just gonna hold off and see if we can check the area first. And
see if you can identify any shoe tracks that I need to follow. Are they Vibram soles? Are they tennis shoes? Are they hiking boots?
Yep.
In addition to footprints, Ewers identifies bike tracks, and the pieces of the puzzle begin to come together.
6035, you can 1022.
Suddenly, another unit calls in that they've spotted 3 suspicious males in the area.
Go and kill that light. You got somebody? Hey kids, over here on this parking lot here, guys. Right over here, guys. All right, you know why we're talking to you?
Not exactly, sir.
No idea? You really don't know? Here's the deal, guys, okay? All these vehicles have been looked in. Not saying that, there's any damage to them or whatnot.
Yes, sir.
But we've had a lot of break-ins in the area lately. You guys are on foot. Guess who your lead suspect is?
Right.
You see where I'm coming from?
See where you're coming from.
So you are being temporarily detained so we could take a look and see whether you guys did something wrong or not. Why don't you guys stay here with him? Why don't you come with me?
All right.
Come here.
Pause.
I want you to go ahead and pick your foot up.
Okay.
Look at the bottom of your foot. Do you see this beautiful sole right here?
Beautiful.
The one that looks like the sun right there?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna walk you over here by this vehicle. I'm gonna show you the exact Same footprint.
All right.
As that beautiful soul right there.
All right.
All right, come on over here. Holy cow!
Mind if I step next to it?
No, look.
Go ahead.
Just right next to it.
Put your foot.
Look at that.
Not on it, just next.
Look at that. Go ahead.
Put a footprint right here. Step down nice hard. Okay, pick it up.
Holy cow, look at the similarities there. They're exactly the same. So you want to start again? Tell me what you're doing out here.
Well, I'm right here with you right now, actually.
You're gonna really go down that road with me?
Officer, I'm not trying to get on your bad side or anything.
Because you are getting on my bad side.
I understand
Been
that.
real friendly with you, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me the truth. What's going on? You ever been arrested before?
Yes, sir, I have.
What for?
Possession of a stolen three-wheeler.
Man, you got sticky fingers or what?
No, sir.
You like taking other people's stuff? Huh?
Officer, I don't really know where you want to go, where we're going.
Well, I'm asking you, what are you doing looking through all these vehicles here? Did you take anything? I know you looked through all these vehicles. I know you turned the lights on this one over here. And you know what else? It's not gonna be hard for me to prove. So tell me the truth so I can help you out. What's cooking?
There's no way you can help me out with the situation.
What, did you do anything wrong?
Someone.
Did you steal anything?
No, I have not stolen anything.
You weren't here.
No.
That's not your footprint.
No, sir, that is not my footprint. It might look identical. Sure, someone had the same exact shoe as me.
All right, here's the deal. You're being temporarily detained so I can do an investigation. At the end of the investigation, you're gonna be arrested or released. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Clap your hands together.
The suspect refuses to admit any involvement, and his friends aren't being any more cooperative than him.
Oh wow, look at that. What is that? That's search incident to arrest. That's a deck to a stereo. Which car does this come off of?
Stereo's in the backpack.
I got that from my friend's house.
Did you? So and out of one of these cars here, we're not going to find the stereo missing?
I don't know.
Put handcuffs on him.
Troopers detain all three suspects for questioning, but despite the overwhelming evidence against them, nobody will admit to burglarizing the vehicles.
Stereos ripped out of this truck here. Here we go.
Ewers makes one last effort to get them to come clean.
So you understand when you're caught, right? It just depends on how much trouble you're going to be in. You want to help yourself out of this or what? It's up to you, man. You know what I got. I got it all. Got enough to present in front of a district attorney's office.
What? I want to help you. Well, what do you want?
All right. I want to be able to tell the DA that you were the guy that decided to come clean and help himself out and talk to me and was honest about it and told me the truth, knows he made a mistake, wants to make amends for it.
Would you tell the DA?
I would personally tell the DA that. Absolutely.
If you don't tell the DA that,
I'm telling you as a state trooper of Alaska, I'm going to tell the DA that. If you tell me the truth and you don't hold nothing back, I mean, you need to tell me the truth and you need to stop this crap.
can I step out of the car?
Yeah, man, come on out. What's going on? Mano a mano.
Mano.
What's cooking?
Buddy called me up.
Okay.
I'm broke. Can't pay the bills. Said I'll give you $50 with it for a deck.
Hard times, man.
I figured, I'd go out and do what I can.
Are you a drug addict?
Sir.
What are you going to use the money for?
I was going to pay off a ticket, actually, a driving violation.
So you stole a stereo to pay off a ticket?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes, sir. Yes.
It's not suspended or revoked or anything like that?
Not so far.
All right. Well, like I said, you've been really honest. I'm going to have some more questions for you later on, but I will tell the DA that you have been really honest, okay?
Good.
All right. Hang tough for me, partner.
What do you say?
100% confession. He told me that he's got a buddy. He's running through some hard times. He needed some money. He needed $50. The guy told me to give him $50 for a deck.
Yep.
All three suspects are booked on charges of criminal trespass and burglary. For the rookie trooper, the investigation couldn't have gone any better.
It really did come together nice. It was good. We stayed on it. We just kind of put two and two together, checked their feet, checked the snow. It's a great thing about Alaska. And, once they knew that they were caught, they decided they wanted to cooperate and came clean and admitted the truth. And the guy says he's going through hard times. That's not hard for me to believe. Really? He's a young guy. trying to make things work, but you can't be out here breaking the law, so he's gonna have to pay the piper.
Don't screw up, guys.
That's it, huh? Right on. All right, hang tough for me, partner.
On the streets of Palmer, Amy Bowen is on day patrol. She's the only female trooper on patrol in the Mat-Su Valley, one of Alaska's most crime-ridden areas.
I'm sure when I pull people over, when I show up to calls, it's a little bit more of a surprise, especially if I'm coming up to the car. I get it all the time. Sir, what seems to be the problem? And I'm like, no, I'm not a sir. But I definitely like the action. I like seeing things no one else sees. You know, being places no one else is allowed to be. And just being, you know, in action.
It's not long before dispatch sends Bowen right in the thick of that action. A man's reporting that his neighbor shot a gun at him when he was returning home from work. Fearing for his life, the complainant meets Bowen at the top of the road, a couple hundred yards from the house.
What's going on?
Well, they've threatened to kill me and my kids before. And as soon as I pulled up to the yard, they come out and they shot their pistol and then went back in the house. They put boards across my driveway with nails sticking up. They've threatened my kids. Now they're out there shooting guns, and it doesn't seem to stop.
The driveway is too icy for their patrol cars, so troopers Bowen and Branch make the long trek by foot. They prepare for the worst and bring their rifles.
Break now.
Shot being fired down. 10-4. 24 is advising shots being fired. Suspect's res is going to be the second on the left.
Macom 26, you call the complainant back.
With nowhere to take cover, they continue in the direction of the gunfire.
That's the house right there, the plywood one.
Stop right there.
Let me see your hands. Put your hands in the air. I'll cover. There's the other guy right there too.
26, we have a complaint on 21.
10-4, who's 1060?
Affirmative.
Where's the gun at? Out there. I took it back. Okay, I just heard you shoot. So you don't have any guns or anything on you?
No, sir.
Where'd that shot come from?
Our shotgun?
Well, I mean, just now, where'd it come from?
Right there.
Where's the gun?
We put it back in the house.
Okay.
My neighbors call you guys?
Yeah.
Go figures.
What were you shooting at?
Over there, into the woods.
So there's a bunch of people in the house.
We're allowed to shoot shotguns here.
Okay.
Okay, that's not the issue right now.
Back up to 60.
That's not the issue right now.
So what's the issue? Why are you guys here is my question.
Because you're shooting, your neighbors are scared, all right? We're just here to make sure you're shooting in a safe manner, in a safe direction. Nobody's getting shot at, nobody's getting hurt.
We shoot in that direction into
okay,
the
well,
hill.
that's what we're here to figure out, all right? So take a deep breath, calm down, take your hand out of your pocket, all right?
He's 1060 on that point.
All right, I'm just going to take this knife from you, all right?
Do you have anything else on you?
Just my runes and my little notepad.
Okay.
We were just shooting, like right over there. You can see right in the snow where we were shooting.
Who's your neighbor? You guys know him?
He always causes problems.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had troopers before. They refuse most of the time to come out for anything unless it's something like this because he calls the cops on anything.
Okay.
We had a Chihuahua on our porch right here on the stairs barking at him and it was on our porch and he still called the cops.
Have you seen him today?
No.
It appears the men were just target shooting. In Alaska, it's legal to shoot in a safe direction, even in some residential areas. Troopers run the individuals for warrants and check to make sure the shotgun's not stolen.
Well, being as it's Alaska, it's a necessary. You can die up here if you don't have a gun. If a bear comes through your cabin, you need something to protect yourself. We have bears around here. That's why I originally got my shotgun, which is in pawn right now, but you know, it's not guns that kill people, it's people that kill people. You know, it's people who bring it into violence. You know, most people up here just keep it for hunting reasons or protection for their family.
Thanks.
Everything comes back clean, and the troopers head up the driveway to speak with the complainant, who has a much different take.
It doesn't seem to stop, and nothing ever seems to happen.
I mean, we can only do what we can do.
No, until someone gets killed, then something will get done, I guess. And that's what they're going to wind up doing, is hurting somebody.
So you just...
it's a residential zone. They can't be shooting guns in a residential zone.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a residential zone.
So we can go down to Anchorage and start shooting a gun?
That's inside city limits. It's different. Anchorage has different rules for that. But this is outside the city limits, so...
These guys are just harassing us, and that's what it is. Ridiculous.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, I don't feel safe on my own property. My kids don't feel safe. They don't
if it's that bad, have you thought about moving?
Well, I just can't pick up and move.
I mean, yeah, I know.
Economy, houses aren't selling.
I know. I'm just saying we can only do what we can do. I wish there was more that we can do, but there isn't.
My neighbors are. They don't want to buy the house either.
Yeah. In Alaska, people are out shooting guns all the time, and as long as they're not violating any of those specific statutes, then there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing to enforce. Alaskans like their guns, and they like to go do that.
Temperatures in Nome and surrounding areas can reach 50 below. Coupled with over 16 hours of darkness on winter days, it's an unforgiving place. Today, Trooper Garrett Frost is called out to patrol the village of Brevig Mission, 65 miles north of Nome. The village is hosting a basketball tournament and will see its tiny population of 358 residents nearly double over the weekend. And an increase in people often brings an increase in alcohol. Alcohol fuels 95% of crime in the region. Although alcohol is illegal in Brevig Mission, some villagers still find ways to bring it in. Frost is hoping the influx of visitors doesn't bring more trouble.
There was an incident last year where several of the players, coaches, and fans became a little violent. Some stuff happened. So that same tournament has happened this year, and the same two teams that got into it last year are playing the championship game.
Flying high above the frozen Bering Sea, Frost is reminded of just how unique policing a place like Western Alaska can be.
It's a big difference. At Fairbanks, you can get to every place by a patrol car. Out here, out in rural Alaska, everything's by a plane, everything. It's also kind of fun that I can't get everywhere by a car. It kind of makes it an adventure a little bit. Welcome to Brevig. Herbert? Yep. Trooper Frost, nice to meet you.
Herbert Barr, the village patrol officer, greets him and escorts him on the ride into town.
How many new people are in town from all the basketball games?
I would estimate about 150, 200.
After talking with the VPO, Frost heads to the school to check in on the basketball tournament.
There was an incident last year involving these two teams. And then last night another incident happened between with the coach, the players, taunting and stuff going on. So the principal wanted me to be here since we're already in the village to kind of keep the peace.
Teams and fans from villages as far as 200 miles away have made the rough winter trip to Brevig Mission to participate in the rural Alaska pastime.
Everything's built on tundra, it seems like, so there's permafrost. They don't have a football field, they don't have baseball diamonds, anything like that. So basketball's huge. It's almost like a way of life out here. As you can see, the two teams are definitely getting into it. The fans are definitely getting into it. So it's good for the community.
The action both on and off the court is heating up. During the intense game, the village's former public safety officer pulls Frost aside.
Okay, is it homebrew or are they bringing in alcohol?
They're bringing in whiskey.
Whiskey from Nome?
Yep.
On the sleds?
Yep.
That's the old VPSO that used to work here in Breivik. Has some information about, unfortunately, some of his family members, which is definitely not uncommon out in rural Alaska, bringing in alcohol from Nome on their snow machines. Welcome to the village.
If the smuggled alcohol hits the streets of Breivik, it could mean a repeat of last year's violence. With little information to go on, Frost heads to the village on foot to locate the suspect. He discovers the man is on probation for a separate alcohol-related charge and will be in violation if he's been drinking.
So I got a question for you.
Frost asks some local kids if they know where the man suspected of bringing in alcohol lives.
You want the hoop?
The hoop.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you guys.
Yep.
We'll see you at the game later, okay?
Yep.
Thanks, dude.
You're welcome, dude.
That's a great way to get information from the kids. They'll always tell you, they won't lie to you, especially the little ones, usually pretty good. Trying to get information about where somebody lives or what's going on.
Following the kid's directions, he spots the suspect's snow machine armed with a shotgun.
There's a good chance they're all passed out and won't answer the door, but...
Without backup, Frost moves in alone.
There we go.
Huh?
Hey dude, what you doing? Can I come in?
Go ahead.
Your parents home?
Yep.
Hi. How's it going?
Frost brings the suspect outside to talk away from his family.
All right, man. So here's a chance to be honest with me, okay? You said you were drinking last night?
A little bit.
Well, how much is a little bit?
Well, I had 3 glasses.
Of?
Captain Morgan's.
Morgan's? Okay, where did the alcohol come from?
We just found it.
Come on now, I'm not that stupid. I know you just didn't find it.
I know we found it in town.
In town where? Here?
Yeah.
Okay, well, where'd you find it? You didn't just find it in the snowbank, right?
No, there were some people that had it.
Okay. Well, without saying names, can you point to a house?
No.
Okay.
It's not the way I do it.
Okay. I got a PBT with me, so I'm gonna PBT you, okay? I don't believe you for a minute that you just found it in town. Okay?
Frost brings him inside for a breath test. If he's had any alcohol at all, he'll be in violation of his probation.
Whoa. Good job.
What time did you stop drinking?
A little after 4.
A little after 4? So you stopped at 4 in the morning, and it's 5:30 in the afternoon now. Okay, you were at .144, dude.
Can we do this outside?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Before we do this, though, you sure you don't want to help yourself out?
Like I said, I ain't pointing no fingers, no words.
Okay. All right, well, you know you're under arrest then for violating probation and conditions, okay?
Can we walk down there and...
Oh, yeah, we'll walk, but I'm still going to handcuff you.
Man.
You promise to be cool?
Yeah.
All right, I'll handcuff you in the front then, as long as you're not going to go... I know you're not going to go running. Where are you going to go, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to do this in front of mom and country, but it's the way it is, all right? Well, everybody knows I'm here now. Didn't take long.
Trooper Frost walks the man to the public safety building, where he'll be held until tomorrow, when he can fly him to Nome to see a judge.
Be cool tonight. Don't create any problems. I don't want the whole village coming over here and visiting you either, okay?
With his prisoner in custody, Frost heads over to the school to check in on the basketball tournament.
How are things so far?
I think okay.
Are you the cheerleaders or what?
We're just fans.
All right.
This year's tournament goes off without incident, and for Frost, his trip to the village is a successful one. Back in Nome, locals are preparing for their own influx of visitors, as the leaders of the Iditarod dog sled race are expected to arrive in a few short days.
Yeah, it looks like he just went and got a bloody face.
While Nome PD keeps the peace in town, the troopers head out on their own patrol.
Plan is kind of maybe to fly out to White Mountain, do a landing there, come back, try to meet up with Honey and Garrett are going to be on snow machines.
In a joint effort with the Alaska National Guard, the troopers utilize this UH-60 Blackhawk for search and rescue missions on the vast and ice-covered Seward Peninsula.
The wing tanks on the outside that hold extra fuel for long-range missions, the skis for snow operations, which are pretty critical out here, which allow us to land anywhere we want.
Today, the team will patrol a different race, the annual Nome to Gullivan Snow Machine Race, a 200-mile race across the frozen tundra and taiga of western Alaska. High speeds and rugged terrain make for a dangerous combination. If you crash out here alone, you could die. Troopers will be on watch for wrecks from the air and the ground. Troopers Frost and Cully are patrolling the race on snow machines.
It's about 25 below right now. The guys are going to be running their fast sleds. They're kind of souped up speed sleds. Probably going to be reaching speeds easy over 100. So it's a speed race. Potential for an accident is pretty good. Hopefully things will be okay this year and it'll be just a good spectator event and we won't have to pick anybody up.
With the race underway and the Blackhawk in the air above, the ground team heads out into the enormous snowscape in sub-zero temperatures. It's not long before word comes in of an injured racer. The troopers have no information on how serious his injuries are. He's too far out for the ground patrol to reach, so the Blackhawk heads out. Even if the snow machine victim's in stable condition, the temperature's minus 30 degrees and falling. Time is of the essence to get him to warmth and safety. Troopers quickly assess the situation. He's got what appears to be a fractured pelvis and dislocated leg and is in an extreme amount of pain. They're 100 miles from the nearest hospital. The team can only hope he doesn't have more serious internal injuries.
Just brought in a gentleman who had crashed his snow machine into a stump, dislocated his hip, possibly a pelvis fracture. Guard guys were able to secure him. They had some medical people on the ground there, and we were able to get him back here, meet with the hospital crew, and get him in and get taken care of. I'm gonna go drop off his helmet to him and see if he's okay and go from there.
The victim is in stable condition, but if it hadn't been for the Blackhawk's quick response time, it could have been a lot worse. The rest of the race goes off without a hitch, and troopers share in the excitement. "520 miles east in Fairbanks, troopers team up with a parole officer to bring a wanted man to justice.
Adult probation wants our assistance in arresting a pretty questionable character.
He was involved in the chop shop, the robbery of that vehicle with the pregnant woman, pushed her down, took the vehicle, So is he unaware of these warrants? He is not aware that we are coming.
He's been known to run, possibly involved in some drug stuff. So he's not going to want to be found. So. All right.
If something haywire happens when we're going in, or if we're compromised on the approach, I don't want to go pressing in there, making things worse if something goes bad.
Absolutely.
They head to the last known residence for the suspect's girlfriend, hoping to surprise him there.
I'll go to the one corner. We'll send Ron to a corner, and then we'll have ASD first go knock on the door.
Somebody come in the door.
A woman answers the door and claims the suspect's girlfriend no longer lives at this address.
Where's
She should be at her house.
Where's she live at?
The suspect is not inside the house, but the woman reveals she is all too aware of his checkered past.
Okay. But you know who we're talking about?
Yes, I do. He tried to kill her a couple years ago.
The troopers move on to one more location thought to be the girlfriend's current residence.
We're gonna hit this residence, see if our subject is there at his girlfriend's res.
And the res will be the second on the left.
They move in quickly, hoping to catch the suspect off guard.
Someone in the house, yeah.
Somebody's coming. I see it. Sounds like a male.
He gets cuffed.
State troopers!
Open door.
That's not.
Where's
Not here. Not here.
He's at work.
Okay, how long ago did he go?
At least a half hour ago.
Hey, I need support. I need one.
The team finds a locked door upstairs.
Hey, troopers. Hey, whose room is this up there?
That would be room.
Where's she at?
She's down in the States.
Why is the door locked?
Well, that's the way she likes it.
Open that door.
He's not up there.
Stand by.
He just told me to come up there. You guys can search me all you want.
Go turn it off for me.
You're good.
Okay.
Troopers possess only an arrest warrant and cannot enter the room without probable cause that he's inside. The frustrated team has no choice but to retreat for the day.
We think there might be possibly somebody in that locked bedroom, but we don't have enough probable cause to go in.
Traffic. He's there.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I just found out there's like an escape hatch that goes up in the attic in that room, and I bet you.
No doubt that's where he's at.
I bet you he's in there.
He's there. Thank you very much, guys.
We got information that there's a trap door, a door that goes up to the attic from that room, and he's subject possibly is in there. However, it just wasn't enough for probation to get into that room. So So we are just basically on standby until we get further direction from probation to continue looking for this individual.
The next day, the troopers learn their search efforts may have scared the suspect out of hiding.
After we tried to do the search warrant at the residence, probation was getting a lot of calls from his friends, trying to find out why we were there. You know, was he in trouble? So our subject has an appointment this morning to meet with adult probation. So hopefully we'll be able to pick him up then.
And sure enough, the suspect shows up.
This is a guy that we were pretty concerned about taking into custody because of his history of running. Seeing all the work we did yesterday come together like this is great. It's a job well done.
Back in the Mat-Su Valley, Trooper Patrick Nelson and his canine partner Rolly are on the hunt for criminals.
This is Canine Rolly. He's named after Trooper Hans Rolly, who was shot and killed in the valley here about 5-6 years ago. He was actually named by one of the local schools. I really enjoy working with him, but it's a lot of extra work. You know, he's with me 24 hours, like having another 3-year-old kid. You know, it's a lot of extra work, but it's paid back tremendously, and you know, just the reward I get from being able to work with him and do the things that we do.
On a typical day, Rolly is employed to search a suspicious vehicle impounded by another trooper.
He's trained to indicate on 4 different narcotics: methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin, and marijuana.
Keith, down here. Keith.
Come on. He usually does pretty darn good.
Oh, good boy. Okay.
Yeah, he's the best partner I've ever had, to tell you the truth. 10-4, 10-19.
But the duo's also trained in tracking and apprehension. And tonight, Nelson and Rolly are enlisted to help arrest a suspect with a $50,000 warrant for robbery.
The risk of flight's pretty high. Apparently, probations is saying that usually when he gets contacted by the police and he knows he's going to be arrested, he usually takes flight and tries to take off and run. So we're going to bring the K-9 unit as well. We're going to be kind of laying in wait out back to make sure he doesn't try and flee.
Nelson drives by the suspect's residence to scope the scene.
We just drove by and there's new vehicles in the driveway, so chances are somebody's home.
He arrives just as a vehicle leaves the suspect's house.
Yeah, the truck just pulled out of the residence there. I'm about to go 36 on it. Where are you coming from tonight?
I'm at my buddy's house.
Your buddy's house? What's your buddy's name?
Just passed you.
Oh, okay. All right, hang tight for me, bud. I'll be right back with you. Well, that definitely wasn't our guy. He was coming from the house that we're going to serve this warrant, but the name of the friend he said he was visiting isn't the name of the person we're looking for. The interesting part, though, as soon as I stopped him and got his license and came back, he immediately got on the cell phone. So maybe he was calling his buddy, letting him know the troopers are out and about.
Worried he alerted the suspect, Nelson quickly rendezvous with the team, and they prepare to hit the house. Nelson and Rolly take up position behind the residence, ready if the suspect bolts out the back door.
Basically, fleeing subjects, if they try and run away, he's trained to chase them down and, if need be, bite them.
State troopers, need to talk to you. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, we're here to talk to...
I think he's not here.
He's not here?
Yeah.
He is here?
No, he's not here. He go to his friend's house.
The suspect's family claims he isn't home, but out back, Nelson knows different.
I saw somebody jump up off the couch and bolt to the back room. It was him.
State troopers, you might as well come on out. We know you're here. We got multiple units.
16, copied. We got him.
Come on out.
Turn around. Put your hand back. Turn around. Can I get my snow? Turn around, face away. Put your hand back in the middle.
Do what he tells you. Do it now and everything will be good.
Surrounded, the suspect thinks better of trying to run, and the team makes a trouble-free arrest.
Outcome was really good. I'm really pleased. We went to the door. We didn't, have to wrestle with the guy. He didn't try and take off and run. The chase is always fun, but it's always safer for everybody involved when we don't have to chase anybody. I like it better that way. I'm getting a little bit too old to be wrestling with guys on the living room floor. All right, cool.
From the city streets to the wilder side of the Mat-Su Valley, Wildlife Trooper Sergeant Doug Massey is out checking on bear bait stations. Licensed hunters are allowed to lure bears in close with food and other bait, making them easier to kill.
So this is a station up here.
Around 3,000 black bears roam here in the highly populated valley. It's not uncommon to spot them in areas immediately surrounding cities. Through his years as a wildlife trooper, there's not much Sergeant Massey hasn't seen.
I've had several times where I'm bebopping through the woods, looking for bear baits or other things, and I run across a couple getting romantic in the woods. So, and I know just about every wildlife trooper I've talked to has run into the same thing, because you're kind of sneaking through the woods, looking for stuff, trying to catch poachers or people in the woods, and people are out doing their thing. So that's probably the funniest thing I've seen out in the field. It's not actually wildlife, it's people.
It's Massey's job to ensure hunters aren't luring bears too close to people's homes or public roads with their bait stations.
When you approach these bear bait stations, you always want to be, cognizant that there might be a bear there. So, I'll carry a shotgun in there. But, strangely enough, the most dangerous part is getting back there. Getting your head squashed between your four-wheeler and a tree. I've seen it happen, so, the most dangerous part, in my opinion, is riding the ATV back there.
Massey doesn't find any bait stations in prohibited areas today, but he does spot something out of the ordinary and stops to take a look.
Somebody's honey bucket. That's what it looks like. Pretty gross. And there's some moose hide over here and another honey bucket.
Apparently, these moose hunters decided to leave some of their own waste, along with what's left of their kill.
We check all these out, but generally there's, not much to them. I mean, you could see here that it's nothing more than a piece of moose hide, not much evidentiary value, evidence of any kind of crime or anything. So it's kind of a dumping ground out here for pieces and parts and people's sewage, apparently. Pretty gross, huh?
Despite the unsightly scene, field time beats time in the office on any day for the sergeant.
Preferably, I'd rather be out here. This is my office. This is where my business takes place. So my truck is kind of my desk, and we've got tools like these four-wheelers and snowmobiles and ATVs and boats. State buys them for us. They expect us to use them, and we do.